Hello, this is Mark Fent with a company called Sikich, and today we're taking a quick look at project manufacturing capabilities within Microsoft Dynamics 365 for operations. During this overview of project manufacturing, we will talk about how a project is defined within the system. We'll talk about the project tasks and activities, also known as a work breakdown structure. We'll look at the assignment of resources or employees to those WBS activities and how that can be managed. And finally, as we progress in the execution of this progress, we will be able to see the results of that in what are called tracking views that show both the effort and the cost tracking within Dynamics 365 for operations. So let's jump into the enterprise system and look at project definition. From my home page, I'm going to click on the Project Management Workspace to view the available projects in my system and their current status. I'm going to drill into a specific project called the Mega Auditorium Install. Here I'm looking at the header for my project, which includes information about the project type, time and material, the contract I have with the customer and the customer account that this project is being performed for, my project manager, some estimated start and completion dates at the high level of the project. As I scroll down, you'll see there are multiple tabs that can be expanded to show additional information for this project, such as this tab called the Project Team and Scheduling. And I see that we have allocated several resources or employees to this project. The Booked Hours column shows me high-level allocations of an employee to the project, whereas the Assigned Hours column shows me a specific assignment for that employee to a specific activity or task. And so you can see that there can be a difference here between the hours. Although Tim is booked to the project for 40 hours total, so far he has only been assigned to specific tasks for a total of 16 hours. As I scroll down further, you'll see that there are additional tabs that allow me to define a project hierarchy. If this is a project that is one of many and there is a hierarchy that relates them to each other, I can define that. I can also define the way that revenue will be recognized for the project, a budget and forecast to manage it, etc. To drill a little further into our project, I'm going to click on my work breakdown structure link here. This is the work breakdown structure for the project, which includes the WBS IDs and the different tasks that are necessary to complete our work. I am showing you a single level indented WBS, but this could be indented as many levels as necessary. Perhaps under the design activity, there could be several subordinate activities that require additional work, and I could define those there and they would be indented below that. For each of the activities that I define also an effort, and you'll notice that the system has a scheduling capability that will either automatically or, if I prefer, manually allow me to schedule the duration of each activity and the ultimate completion of the project. If everything goes as expected, we think we'll start this project in July of 2016 and complete it by the end of August. There can be multiple versions of the WBS, and I'm going to jump to my current published view, which is the current version that's being worked to. The next thing I want to do is talk a little bit about resource assignments. As I scroll to the right, you'll see that I have a specific role required for the design activity, and I have some resources assigned there. Let's drill into this to see how they're assigned. I will launch the resource assignment form. This form is showing me only those resources with the correct role and their current availability to be assigned, and if I have already created some assignments, they'll show here as well. So you'll see that for Benjamin Martin, he is partially available on Monday of this week with 4 hours available, and a lot of availability for the balance of the week. Everett, however, has been fully reserved or booked to this project and has 0 hours available. In fact, he has been overbooked and probably assigned to another project as well on Tuesday, so he's in an overbooked situation. I could then make a decision whether I would like to reassign that activity to Benjamin Martin for that day, or for perhaps multiple days to offload some of that from Everett. This is also showing me the availability in terms of hours using the employee's calendar. So you'll see that although Benjamin Martin has 8 hours available each day, Eduardo, for some reason, has 24 hours available according to his calendar. Let's back up to our WBS again And here we'll look at what we call the tracking view. So this is the planning view that allows me to see how I've scheduled the project to happen. When I jump to the tracking views, I am now looking at both the cost tracking view and the effort tracking view for this project. First, the cost view shows me that my planned cost total was $5,130 for this project. My actual costs to date are $1,700 and my remaining costs $3,430 if I am going to stay on schedule, and that would be my cost at complete. So the system has calculated that I'm about 33% complete on the project as a whole. At each of the tasks below, I can also see the status for that task. I had scheduled a planned cost of $900 for the site preparation. We have incurred $360 worth of costs already, with $540 remaining. So we appear to be on schedule there, and the system has calculated a 40% completion at this point. If I click on my effort tracking view, I am now seeing the same information, but I'm seeing it in terms of hours instead of cost. So the same kind of thing applies here. My ultimate planned effort was 60 hours. I have incurred 24 hours so far, and the system says, okay, I'm on track. I'm about 40% complete, and I'm going to end up spending $60 at completion, 60 hours, sorry. However, as a project manager, I could alter the percent complete or the progress percent if I wanted to at this point. If I felt perhaps that we were 75% complete, I could make that change right here, and the system would then show me a favorable effort variance based upon ultimately completing this thing in fewer hours than we expected. If, however, I were to put this at 25%, I would ultimately have an unfavorable variance on effort based upon my projection there. That is the overview of project manufacturing capabilities within Dynamics 365 for operations. As I mentioned earlier, I work for a company called Sikich, which is headquartered in Chicago, with almost 8,000 total clients, over 800 personnel working from 21 offices nationwide. Sikich is known and recognized as a top regional accounting firm and a great place to work. It is also in the top 1% of all technology solution partners in the world, a member of the Microsoft Inner Circle and President's Club, and a top 10 VAR, according to Accounting Today and Bob Scott's ratings. Thank you for your time. If you have any questions or comments on this presentation, feel free to email me at the email below, mark.vent@sikich.com, and have a great day.